Top of the morning, good afternoon, hello, and welcome back, my dear coaches. Welcome back. Dermot Butterley here, creator and facilitator of Club Fearless Advanced and Essentials. Okay, now, in the last video, we talked about the coaching fee. What is the coaching fee and how do you ask for it? Now, in this video, I want to talk to you about the difference between the social coach and the super coach, or the social coach and the professional coach. Now, when I started back in the day of the pager, when I started coaching, something from my childhood came up. It was very interesting. Now, as kids, what are we trained to do? We're trained to be social butterflies. There's even a term for it, right? Social butterfly. Please everyone. Please your mom, please your dad, please your brothers, your sisters, your parents, the school, different groups that you're in. Please, 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 please everybody that you can. We learned this at a very young age. And it's fascinating what happened to me when I started building a coaching practice and I started, looking at building a business. Now, if you're not building a business, you're wanting to have a part-time coaching practice, same thing, or your group program or membership, whatever it is you're creating. The same thing happens. I held on to that social butterfly. Now, and I'm an Irishman, so I love to talk. I love to please people. I love to, in my family, I was the guy who made everybody happy, kept everybody, laughing. And when I started creating a coaching business, I started noticing that I was still in that social butterfly mode. If a client didn't show up for a session, I was like, oh, it's okay. Yeah, I understand. Or a client canceled at the last minute, which happened often in the early days. I'd say, oh, it's okay. Don't worry about that, John. That's totally fine. Or a client who's paying me for coaching didn't do the action steps. And I'd said, oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, I got really busy, Dermot. I couldn't do the action step this week. Oh, don't worry about it. It's totally fine. It happens. It's constantly pleasing people, which is the social coach. But serving is the professional coach, is the super coach, which I learned from my coach, Steve Chandler. Now, this wanting to please people, we learned it at a very young age, but it doesn't work when you want to serve your clients with coaching. When we're pleasing our clients, we're not serving them. I had a client who came late to session all the time. And I was too afraid to say anything. So I was constantly just, oh, it's okay. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, the kids this and oh, work that and the traffic that. Yeah, I totally understand. But in the back of my mind, I really wanted to just say to the client, hey, look, you're not taking this coaching seriously. And you're not going to get the benefits from coaching if you don't take it seriously. You're using it as a spa. You do a little bit now and then. But if you're going to work with me, you need to use it as a gym. This is all going in my head. I've never said it to the client. I brought it to my coach, Steve Chandler, and he said, Dermot, do you notice when you're in social coach? And I said, some of the time. And pleasing. And do you notice when you're in professional coach or super coach, when you're serving the client with truth, with clarity, with clear questions, with structure, with processes, starting at time, finishing on time? That's serving the client. Being honest with the client. Hey, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You said you were going to do this. You didn't do it. What happened? Serving the client. Not in a judgmental way, but a respectful way. Accountability, support. That's what we offer. We offer a mirror to the client of what they're not seeing in themselves. That's why they hired us. They don't hire us because their life is great. They hire us because they're doing things that they're not aware of that are making their life not great. And I said, well, I have this client and he keeps coming late. I said, what do you want to say to him? And just what I just said. I said, that's what I want to say to him. He said, go do that and come back. And no excuses, Dermot. He said to me, no excuses. Get it done this week and come back and tell me how it went. I was like, Okay, Steve. I went to the client and I said, look, John, I'm going to be honest with you. You're showing up late, and every time there's a different excuse, and you're just not taking this coaching seriously. Here's what I want you to do. If you were going to the airport, and I called you up and I said, hey, John, let's go have a cup of tea. And you said, I can't. I'm going to the airport. I want you to take the coaching that seriously, and I want you to show up on time. If you can't show up on time, I want you to call me on my phone and tell me how many minutes late you're going to be. And I held the client accountable. Guess what? He started showing up on time. It changed our relationship dramatically. And I learned the most valuable lesson about social coach versus super coach. The super coach tells the client the truth, holds the mirror, and has no problem with telling the client what the coach sees. Are you always going to be right? No, you're not always going to be right. Am I always right? No, I've been doing this a long time. I still mess up at times, but I'm willing to share what I'm seeing or what I think I'm seeing. That's serving the client. Pleasing the client is just letting them away with everything. Action steps, accountability, showing up late, not showing up to the session with something that they want to work on, paying on time. Happened a lot in the early days. So, coaches, your question. If you could serve your clients 5% more and be 5% less of a social coach, what's one way you would do that? Have a little think about that, and we'll see you all in the next video. We're going to be talking about something that I learned from Steve, and it was so, so important. And it was all about, if I want to get more clients, then if I just showed up and tried different things. It's been one of the greatest things in my practice. Show up and try stuff. I'm going to talk about it in the upcoming video. So until then, think big, have fun, stay curious, and we'll see you soon. Cheers. Thanks for listening.